Welcome viewers, you are watching the video lecturer class of Udayanath Autonomous College of Science and Technology. I am Pratichi Das, lecturer in MCom Finance and Control. So our topic is international finance. In our last class, we have already discussed about different terms and conditions of different aspects of international finance. So let's start about the topic of today, that is loan syndication. What is loan syndication? In our financial market or foreign exchange market, different types of transactions are held. So every organization is involved with different types of financial transaction. In market, different types of people and investors are available. So in market, two sides, that is one is surplus side, another one is the deficit side. That means surplus of funds and deficit of fund is there. So the surplus investors wants to invest their money for reproducing their investment, and the borrower sections or the borrower investors wants to borrow more and more money and utilizing that particular money and earning the return. So in the market, this process is continuing, that is lending and borrowing of process, lending and borrowing of money. So let's start about the today's topic, that is loan syndication. What is loan syndication? Loan syndication is a lending process in which a group of lenders provide funds to a single borrower. As we have discussed that there are different sectors in the market, that is surplus of fund and deficit of fund. So the deficit section always needs much and more money for requirement and fulfilling their requirement. So they always borrow from the investors who wants to lend the money. So loan syndication is a process in which lenders providing money to the borrower. That means large number of lenders are providing a single number of borrower a large sum of money, that is known as our loan syndication. The process of involving several different lenders in providing various portions of a loan. So when one borrower needs different types of money or different types of loan from different sections for requirement or fulfilling its requirement, then that borrower needs more and more amount of money. So when a group of lenders provide a single borrower a large amount of money, that is known as our loan syndication. So the investors, different lenders provide different sections of loans to a single borrowers, or different investors lending the large amount of money of different sections of loan to the particular borrower, and that is known as our loan syndication. Loan syndication most often occurs in situations where a borrower requires a large sum of capital that may either be too much for a single lender to provide or may be outside the scope of a lender's risk exposure level. So when loan syndication occurs, when a single borrower wants a large amount of money or a lump sum of money for fulfilling its requirement, then a single lender does not have the capacity to fulfill or provide the sufficient amount of money to that particular borrower. So at that time, loan syndication arises when a large number of lenders providing a single borrower a lump sum amount of money for fulfilling that borrower's requirement, and that is known as our loan syndication. Thus, multiple lenders will work together to provide the borrower with the capital needed at an appropriate rate agreed upon by all the lenders. So, when a single lender does not provide the sufficient amount of money to the borrowers at that particular time, different lenders are providing a single borrower a large amount of money with a single or fixed rate agreed among all the lenders, or agreed among the lenders for that particular borrowers for providing a loan or providing a lump sum amount of money, and that process is known as our loan syndication. How it works? When a project is unusually large or complex, it may exceed the capacity of a single lender. So when a borrower needs money, when it has a large amount of project whose financing value is more, and usually that large or complex project need a lump sum amount of money, and it may exceed the capacity of a single lender, and that particular time a large number of lenders provide a single borrower a lump sum amount of money, and that process is known as our loan syndications. So loan syndications involve a large amount of coordinations and negotiations. Typically, loan syndications involve a lead financial institutions or syndicate agent which organizes and administers the transaction, including repayments, fees, reporting and compliance, and loan monitoring. So loan syndication involves a large amount of money which provided by a lump sum amount of lenders or large number of lenders. So it requires the arrangement of money. That means one financial institution is there which arrange different amount of money from the different lenders. So it arranges the money, it fix the rate and provide a large sum amount of money to the borrower, and this is the process of loan syndications. So loan syndication process, a merchant banker should have correct assessment of the project. That means the process of loan syndication require a particular and correct assessment. The products, the promoters, project cost and profitability projections based on sales forecast, and in this direction the merchant banker has to take the following steps. So in the loan syndication process, the arrangement bank which arrange different lenders for providing a lump sum amount to the borrower, that banker is known as our merchant banker, and for providing that lump sum amount of money, a correct assessment of requirement of money, the products, promoters, project cost and profitability is needed for forecasting. And in this direction, the merchant banker has to take the following steps, that are, first one is initial discussion with promoters. So as the loan syndication require a particular and correct assessment, so first assessment process by the merchant banker is initial discussion with promoters. The initial discussion should be devoted to know the following aspects, that is background of the promoters in detail, promoters contribution to the project, details about the project report and progress. So in initial discussion with the promoters, the discussion should be involved with the background of the promoters in details. That means what is the actual background of the promoters who are providing a large sum amount of money to a single borrower, the promoters contribution to the project and details about the project report and progress which is discussed with the promoters clearly. The second step is assessment of project. An estimate of the capital cost of the project should be worked out to find out its long-term feasibility and whether the merchant bankers should actually go in for the project. So after discussion with the promoters, it requires the assessment of project. That means what is the actual cost of capital of that particular project, and this project is for the purpose of a long term maturity period. So this project requires a lump sum amount of money. So that assessment, that means what the actual cost or what the actual amount of capital is needed for that particular project, or the promoters are actually willing for promoting the investment for that project or not, that must be assessed by the merchant banker before going for the loan syndication. Third one is locating sources of funds. The choice for sources of funds will depend upon the different following aspects, that is nature of the project, quantum of the project cost, and that may be sources of funds. So, when the project starts or when a borrower needs a large amount of money and large number of lenders are agreed to provide that lump sum amount, that means the merchant banker has to identify from which sources that fund should be provided or that fund should be lended by different promoters or lenders to the borrower. So, different sources can be identified. So, what are the sources? That may be the, when we calculating the sources or when we find out the sources require or assessment of sources require the nature of the project, what is the actual characteristics of the project or what the project the borrower wants to do, and what is the quantum capital of the project or what is the quantum nature of the project. That means what is the actual quantity and value of that particular project, and different types of sources of funds. So, what are the sources of funds? The sources of funds are basically categorized into small source, medium term source and long term source. So, what is short term financing or short term source? The short term finance where the funds are required up to a period of 1 year, and such finance is required to meet the working capital requirement or special seasonal needs. The medium term finance where the funds are needed for a period of 1 to 5 years, and such finance is needed to provide funds for permanent working capital expansion or replacement of the assets. And the long term finance where the funds are needed for a period of more than 5 years. So, when different sources of funds are assessed, the sources of funds are basically categorized into small term sources or small term financing, medium term financing and long term financing. In small term financing, the financing maturity period is in between the 1 year or less than 1 year. So, this type of financing is required for fulfilling the working capital aspect or working capital activity of the project. The working capital means the day-to-day activity or day-to-day transaction of that particular project is fulfilled by short-term financing. So, what is medium-term financing? Medium-term financing process is the maturity period is 1 to 5 years. That means that is required for the fixed amount of working capital and replacement of different assets. And what is long term capital required for the project? The long term financing which maturity period is more than 5 years and which is used for the long term requirement of that project for the future purposes. So, these are the sources of fund which are required for a project and assessed by the merchant banker before going for loan syndication. The next process is preliminary discussion with the lenders. The merchant banker should have clarification from the lenders on the following questions: whether the particular industry is in a priority framework or the development finance institution. So, after discussion with the promoters, next step is preliminary discussion with the lenders who wants to lend a lump sum amount of money collection from different sources to the borrowers. So, the merchant banker should have a clarification from lenders on the following questions, that is whether the particular industry which wants to invest the money or which wants to utilize the money with the borrowed fund, that industry is in a priority framework of the development financial institutions or not. After that, the next step is preparation of the loan application and follow-up. Before filing the loan application, the merchant bankers must have ensured that the client company has complied with the required formalities and so that the appraisal of application is not delayed. And in this case of joint financing of the project, the application will be filled with one development finance institution and the company, or the merchant banker will deal with only one institution's term as lead institution. So, after going the clarification discussion with the lenders, it is time for preparing loan application and follow up. So, when the loan application is prepared, then the loan should be provided by the different lenders. As it is a joint financing project, so merchant bankers will deal with one bank or one financial institution, and that financial institution will lend the lump sum amount of money to the borrower, and that institution is known as our lead institution. The project will be appraised and sanctioned under single window system, and rendering assistance in project appraisal, the project is appraised from different angles, that may be technically, financial, managerial, economical and social. So, after filing of the project application, the project will be appraised and sanctioned with the process of single window, and rendering this assistance in project appraisal, the project is appraised for different angles, that may be technical angle, financial angle, managerial angle, economical angle and social angle. Obtaining letter of intent from the lending institution or bank, the appraising institution takes the matter to its board of directors, or the appraising office may put up the proposal with full appraisal note before the sanctioning authority for according necessary section. And then the financial institution informs the applicant borrower of such sanction along with the detailed terms and conditions and arrangements of any with other lending financial institution in case of joint financing. The sanction letter mainly covers the followings, that may be amount of loan, interest of that particular loan amount, the commitment charges, the security for the loan and repayment of loan, etc. After sanctioning of the letter to the borrowers or the borrower person, the sanction letter covers the amount of loan, interest of that particular loan, the commitment charges, the security of the loan and repayment of loan, which are clearly displayed with the lenders and the borrowers. So, this is the process of loan syndication, where different or large number of lenders are providing a single number of borrower a lump sum amount of money, and that is that process is known as our loan syndication process. So, keep watching. Thank you.